Good morning, it's Tess, and today is tip 394, and I'm calling it, Are you open to the possibilities? Honestly, are you open to the possibilities? And the reason I started thinking about this is there's been a lot of stuff happening in the past week or so, and I'm getting back out into the world and doing some traveling, and I started thinking about how we've talked a lot, like in group with Doc V and in my Law of Attraction group with Zara Mahoon, and everything really kind of boils back down to how we look at the things that are in our life. How are we moving forward? Are we open and accepting and acknowledging the good things that are happening, or are we always looking for the thorn in the package? Everything is not always going to be smooth. Everything is not always going to be packaged in a pretty package, but we have to sometimes look for that diamond in the rough. And I think what happened for me is, I think tomorrow I might share what happened in Sundance. But what it made me think about is today it dawned on me that it doesn't matter how ugly the package is. If you find the diamond in the middle of the package, if you get the gift, or you get the reward, or you get the win out of the package, no matter how ugly the package is put together, it's still a win. And I think too many times we don't accept that win. And I see someone's on with me, so good morning, and thank you for joining. I just don't see who it is, so thank you. But I'm starting to recognize and realize too many times in my life, I always looked for, sought to find, and focused on the thing that wasn't the win. I wasn't open to the possibilities. I didn't recognize the gifts. I didn't see the wins. I didn't see the possibilities. I was always looking for what was missing. I was always looking for what I did wrong. I was always looking for where I lost ground instead of taking that small win and building it to something big. And I'm not going to go into it today because then I think it'll take me longer than I planned. Hi, you, Pendra. Good to see you. But what happened in Sundance, I could have either looked at it as a win or a loss. And I'm going to tell you, for a while it was kind of painful, but it was a win, truly, in all areas. Good morning, good morning. It was a win. I just needed some time to detach from it and recognize that it was just kind of packaged in a little bit of an uglier way than I would have liked it to be. But it doesn't change in any way, shape, or form that I'm doing things now that I couldn't do 5.5 years ago. I'm participating in events that I would have been afraid to participate in 5.5 years ago. I'm doing things I never thought I would do. I started thinking about it today, and some of the things that I've been putting for goals, like with Doc V, about what I want to see my life turning into, all of a sudden I sat back and I'm like, these things are happening now. When am I going to stop looking for where I think I went wrong, or where something didn't go the way I thought it should, or where it wasn't packaged the way I thought it should be packaged? And when am I going to start being open and recognize the gifts that are being given? When am I going to always remember that I need to be looking for the rose instead of for the thorn? And too often, I think we all look for the thorn. And like I said, I think tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm starting a new adventure, I think tomorrow I'll share what happened in Sundance and why actually it was probably a beautiful gift for me. I just happened to see the ugly presentation of it, and not ugly in that anybody was ugly to me. It was the most beautiful thing that could have happened to me. I just was looking for the things to be. I wasn't looking at the beautiful part of it instead of seeing that. Again, we have to see the rose, and we have to stop looking for the thorn. We have to stop saying, oh, my fingers hurt because I caught the thorn, and realize what the gift is the beautiful flower. And even today, this morning, I've already walked with my mom. We got a couple miles in this morning, and I had to run out because I'm getting a few little things together for getting ready for what's coming up. And I was going down the road, and all of a sudden it dawned on me, like I was going down the road, and you can only see a couple things when it's dark out, and there was a Burger King lit up, and a lot of people might remember that. That was probably the only thing that I still had, like, I guess they call it neuroassociative conditioning, which means that when you're used to smelling something or seeing something, it triggers you to think that you're hungry. It's almost marketing, and it's like I call it Pavlov's dog. I was Pavlov's dog. Every time I saw a commercial, every time I saw a restaurant sign, every time I saw a candy wrapper, 5.5 years ago, it would trigger me to think I needed it. Well, today I was going down the road and I went and took care of some business. I was coming back and I'm like, wow, that last one is gone. I went back and forth past the Burger King sign and it no longer has a memory to me anymore. Now, again, I'm 5.5 years out, and it took a couple of years before like candy wrappers didn't trigger a flavor to me or didn't make me think I was having cravings or hungry. But those are the things we have to start recognizing. We don't need to we already know that we can be triggered because we have become conditioned by advertising. But instead of being angry that we're conditioned by advertising, how about recognizing the win of that I was able to break that habit? How about recognizing the win that I was able to grow my own tomatoes? How about recognizing the win that maybe I didn't lose as much as I wanted to as fast as I did, but I'm losing? How about recognizing the win that I had the green smoothie? How about recognizing the win that maybe if you did have that one cookie, you only had one and you put the rest away and you walked off? Maybe recognize a win. It really made me start to think, and again, I'll probably share tomorrow, but something that I went through at Sundance, part of me kept thinking that I could have done better, but the whole thing is I did it. I did something. It may not have been packaged the way I wanted it to be, but when am I going to start, or when are we all going to start recognizing the wins? Did you walk to the mailbox and you couldn't walk to the mailbox before? Did you drink a glass of water more than you drank yesterday? Why do we only think it's a win if we drank 25 more glasses of water instead of one? When are we going to start seeing the rose instead of focus on the thorn? I'm guilty of that. And if it wouldn't take me a while, because I think I'll probably get wordy into it, and I don't want to do that with Doc V going live soon, but tomorrow I'll kind of share what happened. And it's probably taken me close to a week to realize that I was given a gift, and the gift is that I am now living a life closer to what brings me passion and joy. In group, I always talk about how I want to be more of like a laptop entrepreneur. I want to be able to travel the world. I want to go to masterminds. I want to meet people. I want to be active in this world. And these things are starting to happen for me. And have I been recognizing them? Have I been recognizing them for the roses they are, for the beautiful people that are in my life that are giving me the gifts of their friendship, for the knowledge they're sharing with me so that I can make the most of this life that I've been given? Stop looking at the thorns, guys. Stop looking at the things that you think aren't working and start recognizing the roses. It's beautiful, the things that have been happening in the past couple of years. The gift of the amazing people that I've been surrounded with. The gift of being able to know that I'm coming out of COVID healthier than I went into COVID, and knowing that the journey truly is just beginning. Start looking at the roses. The thorns are just that thing we're going to step on to help us get closer to the rose. It doesn't matter how ugly the picture is. All that matters is that we keep moving forward, because I don't care how ugly the picture is. If you get to how ugly it was to climb up that the thorn stem of that rose, when you reach the rose, who cares how you got there? You got to the rose, and that's all that matters. We need to start recognizing and being proud of the steps. And all of us have things to be proud of. So start recognizing those wins and start being proud of yourself for those wins. Start opening up to the possibilities. And every time that you see that little win, acknowledge it. Thank God, the universe, for that gift, and keep stepping up to receive the rose. It's not always going to be packaged the way we want it to be, but we have to be proud, happy, excited, and accept with appreciation and gratitude every gift that we're given, every opportunity that we're given, and every beautiful person that we meet on this journey. Thank you all for being here and for sharing this journey with me. I appreciate you all. Have a beautiful day. And recognize that rose, even if it's just a little tea bud not ready to open yet. It's there. Every day is full of them. We need to start looking at those and be proud of those. Thank you, and have a beautiful day.